Another way to cascade is using NP-CMOS. What does this mean? That the first pull down network, if it is made out of NMOSes, then you cascade it with another gate which has not pull down network but pull up network. And this out 2 is precharged to 0 instead of 1. So this is a flipped dynamic gate. And what is happening? Over here clock is coming, so over here clock bar is coming. You're working in 2 phases. Are you able to see this? Just looking at how to make this dynamic gate stuff more usable. Huh?
Why we are doing this NPC mask thing?
You tell me.
Inverter is not there anymore.
We've avoided the inverter because now we say if there is a pull-up network, it can accept 1 to 0 transition. See, when pull-down network was driving another pull-down network, then only 0 to 1 transitions were allowed. For that, I had to put an inverter there. Now, if I put a pull-up network on the next gate, then what happens? 1 to 0 transitions are also allowed. Or in fact, only 1 to 0 transitions are allowed. So you don't need those inverters in between.
So, but we have removed an inverter and we are considering a circuit with the PMOSes. So, what about the area then?
Yeah, but think about the delay because inverters were adding delay. Now that delay is avoided.
Okay.
Hello?
So, according to the application, we have to decide.
Yes, according to the application you choose. Because at some places where because you're using dynamic only for speed, you may want more speed, and then you can do this.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yes, I'm so happy that all of you are now thinking like designers. Oh, I have improved speed. So what happened to area? What is happening to power? You have to continuously keep all the 3 things in mind when you design. You cannot just design for speed. And now over here, if you're giving away that more area because of implementing it in pull-up network, you realize that what is happening?
The speed is
gaining. You're consciously doing it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this saves you all those inverters there. Now this is Nora logic, which said that, okay, NP to hai hi, I may want to couple this PDN with another PDN. So I will also have an inverter over here and drive other PDNs. And similarly, I may drive PDNs from out 2, but I can have an inverter and drive other PUNs. So this is further extension of the NP logic that we talked over here. Are you able to see this?
So can we explain this once again with this Nora?
So what was there in NP logic? In NP logic, only this part was there. Hai na?
Yes, sir.
Now it may happen that for some particular gate, implementation through PUN could be really very large area. And due to that very large area itself, you will not be able to gain speed.
Yes.
Can happen.
Yes, sir.
So you say, okay, let me use that signal as PDN only. For other signals that it drives, I will use a PUN. So this is maximum flexible. You have PDN driving a PDN in a domino format. You have PDN driving a PUN in an NP format. Again, PUN driving a PDN in an NP format, and PUN driving a PUN in a domino format. So this is a mix of domino and NP.
Sir?
But you also realize this is so much more complex to design, is it not? So many PUNs, PDNs, everything to be designed.
Sir, here, even though my area is increasing, I am able to drive 3 other outputs at a time.
So that you could have done earlier also. We're just saying that in the NP, in the previous slide, when I was showing NP, I was saying that PDN is always followed by a PUN.
Yes, sir.
Over here now I am saying, in Nora I am saying, okay, bring in an inverter and I can actually draw a PDN also.
In this case, I should be increasing the size of my PDN in my first stage, right, sir? Because as it's depending
That's
on
the logical effort, you know, now, Vaishnav.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't go back to that thing again. This is basics we already discussed. They were fundamental. You will naturally do that. I expect you to do that.
Okay.
Sizing is now trivial. Sizing, matlab, it is not trivial, it is important, but we've already understood sizing in much detail earlier. So let's not get bogged down by that over and over again, at least in the class.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Huh? So yes, sizing you will have to do. We will do. Hai na?
It's not about the sizing, it's about the increase of area, sir. Exactly. That's what I
Why
was.
would area increase if there is no change in sizing?
Sir, obviously, if we are connecting a PDN to our output, then I am supposed to increase my sizing accordingly of my previous stage.
So
So area would
sizing की वजह से area बढ़ेगा ना, Vaishnav?
oh, okay, sir. Yeah.
Because you change the sizes, that is where area increase, na?
Hmm.
Hai
Yes,
na?
sir.
Yeah. Raghav?
Well, actually, I got this concept, but why I'm like integrating both kind of like in the Nora, like NP also integrating and the dynamic also integrating. What exactly I'm benefit? I'm not able to get clearly about that.
Let us say that, just, you know, the exact same doubt that Faisal had asked, that if you're using a PUN, then the area of this PUN is increased.
Yes, sir.
Huh? So now let us say this PUN is really complex and the area increases so much that those internal capacitances on the PMOSes, they delay much more than an inverter would have delayed.
Okay.
Possible?
Fine. Yes, sir. Possible.
So then you use a PDN only. You say, okay, then an inverter plus PDN will be faster and also lesser area. Let me use a PDN. But so one gate is driving two different logics. For one logic, a PDN worked better. For another, PUN worked better. And Nora allows you to use both.
So, but how will the functionality, how will the basically the internal connections will be made? Because I'm getting both connections, right? I both to the PUN also, the NP connection also, and the dynamic connection also.
Yeah.
So, but so for example, if I'm making the
wire
layout,
one, this is wire and metal one that you have over here. You will just take it somewhere else also.
yes, sir. So that is not the issue. I'm asking that if I'm implementing a layout, so I have implemented both. I am dynamic and NPC MOS. So why I'm integrating both kind of in the same itself? I can pre-evaluate na ki okay, this PUN could be more complex, so I will not even implement it in the same design.
I will not. That is where I will go to the PDN.
Okay.
So you're not working at a standard cell now. You're working at a cascading of these standard cells.
Okay. Yes, sir.
They've already moved to the cascading domino gates, na? Dynamic gates section.
Yeah. Okay. So
This is one standard cell. This is the other standard cell. There would be another standard cell over here.
Okay. So I was getting confused with that. Okay. Fine, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Anything else? Devjit?
Yes, sir. One small question regarding the non-complex implementation only. So, sir, we can do it in two ways, right? Using the domino logic or the footless domino. Or dynamic cascaded after dynamic, where we might need two inverters in between.
Two inverters, no. Two inverters, again, the challenge comes with the transition, Devjit.
Yeah, delay increases, yes, sir.
Not the delay, the transitions. You only want 0 to 1 transitions happening.
0 to 1 transition.
That is the challenge.
So between domino and footless domino, yes, sir. Yes, sir. So between the domino and footless domino, sir, means what we should do means in our project for non-complex implementation.
Domino. Because you're making only one cell, no? You're not making a path. So for the other stage wala path, you can use footless also in the second stage, but just see if it works for you. If it doesn't, then don't.
Sir, domino is only expected, right? So if
Yes.
someone make, oh yes, okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Chaliye. So class we will close now, and next class there is this presentation. Monday we have the quiz. We'll meet on next Wednesday. We'll meet on Monday also, office hours, and then next Wednesday. Okay.
Sir?
Yes, Raghav.
Actually, I needed to talk to you regarding something else.
Okay. We can wait. I will stop the recording.
Sir, regarding first presentation, can I ask one more thing, sir? Sir,
Yes.
for non-complex implementation, just set that just the functionality and schematic would be enough. And for complex, if we do the till the pre-layout simulation.
So see, all these instructions are already clarified on the classroom, na? Let's go with that only.
Okay, okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
If there is some further clarification in it, ask on the classroom. Everyone will get to know. Abhi, there are only 33 students in the class. It was not fair.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir?
Yes.
Yeah. So sir, actually जब हम footless domino use करते हैं तो सर जो हम उसको clock को remove कर देते हैं तो we connected to the previous clock, right? मतलब जो क्या बोलते हैं उसको header and footer, yeah, footer. Or we just leave it. We can just leave it ना?
Yeah. So कुछ है ही नहीं ना, इसका आउटपुट आएगा यहाँ पे.
Yeah. But sir, मतलब हम नीचे वाला जो clock remove करते हैं तो हम वो connection
So ground से connect कर देते हैं.
Okay, okay, yeah, okay, yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So Mohin, you have a question?
Yes, sir, I have. My question is related to project only, Dynamo. Actually, what I did is, as you said in the office hour, I removed the minimum DRC to trace the maximum NMOS sizes. In that space, I got the possibility of the NMOS. Somewhere I can place the minimum NMOS, somewhere I can place the maximum. And as you said, the footer should be a maximum one so that the delays will be lesser. And what I planned is that the NMOS which is near to the output, I'll try to keep it as a minimum one. So what I am seeing is that when these transistors are coming in series, they see the current capabilities will be different. Like the smallest one, which should be the one
with the limiting one.
Yeah. So the size which I increase the footer, that I am not using actually.
Yeah. It won't change anything for you.
Yeah, so keeping the footer maximum is not useful anything like.
No.
If I make it as similar as the one which is near to the output, then I can use the lesser area.
Yes. Even if area doesn't change, at least your leakage will reduce. Gate capacitances will reduce. Clock load will reduce.
But the delays will be increased.
Delays will be almost similar because there is something which is equivalent resistance already there.
Okay. One more question is there, sir. So as I trace the NMOS sizes and all, now I'll simulate and all things to know the maximum frequency. At what the maximum frequency I can do and the voltages. But I think the designing process should be the reverse. Like you should have given us the frequency and the VDD. Based on that, we should design, right?
No. You're designing a standard cell. So I told you one finger, no more area loss.
So every time the design should be start for the Dynamo. I think the design should be start from the layout.
For the standard cells, you know this is the template, this is the size. If you were designing free flow circuits, not standard cells, and then you would do all that. Oh, this is my load. Then let's go back and see what should be the size of the driver, or what should be the size of the penalty made driver, and so on. Then you go that way. Otherwise, you simply draw.
Okay, so whenever the standard cell is made, so we have to first made it and
layout
then say
the layout is the one which determines the sizes primarily. Then if you want better speed, you use those buffers after your complex gate.
Yeah. One more question is, sir, you have given 70 for the annual. I didn't understand why you are giving this, because when I am choosing PMOS as small as possible, then in NMOS, the some area is still left in the anvil area, which I am using for the routing purpose. So I think if that 70 constraint is removed, the area
that is a
consumption
standard
is
cell. So that is a standard cell. So that is the standard cell constraint. We can't remove that.
okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay. That is a standard cell constraint that we have set for our library. Okay. Because we also are going to design static CMOS gates. That is where we have kept that as